Yeah, this is Dave from cheapbooks.com. I'm playing World of Tanks. This is going to be about average experience per battle. I'm going to show you how I get the highest average experience per battle. And there's another video that discusses it. This is paired with that video. Now, as I've said before, the game is about experience. You play the game to get experience, and with the experience you train your crew, you get new modules for your tank, you get new tanks. You want to get as much experience as possible. And there's people that try to kill, and there's people that like to see how much damage they get. But one of the things that I learned is that I wanted to level up to the higher tanks. I wanted to get more experience, so I came up with a technique that gets me more average experience per battle than the way most other people play. And that technique has to do with these values down here. I hope you can see them, where it says enemy vehicles spotted and enemy vehicles destroyed. And what you're going to notice, you are more than welcome to do a comparison. You can look up my service record. There's a way to do it. You can look up a player's service record, probably on the website. You're more than happy to look up my service record, look at my tanks, and what you're going to see is that almost every one of my tanks, the number of vehicles spotted and damage caused with your assistance, those are the two values you want to look at. You're going to find that my damage caused with assistance and enemy vehicles spotted are probably going to be higher than your tanks for most tanks, even for something like an IS-6. Let's look at my IS-6. My IS-6 is a Tier 8 heavy tank. Heavy tank. Nobody would ever think that a heavy tank would be spotting. But look at what it says, enemy vehicle spotted. It says 1.5. Damage caused with your assistance, 524. That means that on average, I spot 1.5 vehicles per game, which is 10% of the enemy team. So I am spotting 10% of the enemy team per game with my IS-6. That's the job of a light tank. That's the job of a spotter. Why is it that my IS-6 is doing it? The reason why my IS-6 is doing that is because I play like a spotter as much as I can. And I don't do crazy scouting things where I weave around and things like that. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when I have my tank and the enemy is out there, I go find the enemy, I locate him, and I get as close to him as possible. And I keep him spotted as long as possible while my allies are shooting at him and I'm shooting at him. The reason why they know where he is because I keep him spotted. It's proximity spotting. And as my allies hit him, I get the damage caused with your assistance. So that's my IS-6. Now keep in mind, I bought the IS-6 probably the first week that I played World of Tanks. So it's not the best example because I really wasn't a good player back then. You'll see it on my T26E4. It says 42% victories. It used to be like 38%. Every day that I play, my number of victories goes up and up and up and up because, like I said, I bought this tank the first week I played World of Tanks. I was a really bad player, but my skills have obviously improved, so it's turning things around. But you're going to see the same here. Enemy vehicle spotted 1.6, damage caused with your assistance 603. If you look up your own statistics, you're probably going to see something different. Let's check out my T150. T150, enemy vehicle spotted 1.38, damage caused with your assistance 387. The reason why I bring up the T150, it's a Tier 6 tank, but look at my average experience. It's up there. It's not that far behind my IS-6, which is a Tier 8 tank, 2 tiers higher. I had great games with the T150. I totally dominated on the map with the T150. Okay, let's look at my Yag Tiger. It's a tank destroyer. Enemy vehicle spotted 0.87. Damage caused with your assistance 369. Look up your own statistics to see what they are. Let's look at IS-8. 1.27 enemy vehicle spotted. 848 damage caused with your assistance. Let's look up a spotting vehicle. Okay, here's another tank destroyer. Enemy vehicle spotted 2.05. Is that the highest? Is a tank destroyer so far is the highest in my account that we've seen in terms of enemy vehicle spotted. That's like 15% of the enemy team. Damage caused with your assistance 344. Low 1.07. Why is it lower? Because the low is a slow tank. It's very difficult to spot with a low. Let's check the Comet. 3.2. If you have a Comet, hey, there might be a chance that you have a high spotting number. I've done a lot of comparisons with a lot of players. My experience, I usually have double the number of vehicles spotted and spotting damage with a fast tank, or triple if it's a slow tank. T-32 is a slow tank, 1.43 enemy vehicles spotted. Let's see if we can find some scouting tanks. 2.93 with my AMX 1375. Let's check the AMX 1390. 3.01. Let's see who else do you spot with. T-71. 3.78. Damage caused with your assistance 813. Let's see what else we got here. Let's look at the ELC. If I can find an ELC. Okay, I don't know where the ELC is. Oh, there it is. 4.31 enemy vehicle spotted. But this is mainly from just driving like crazy all over the place. Damage caused with your assistance 355. Okay, now let's look at some other tanks, such as the TOG. Enemy vehicle spotted 0.53. Spotting damage 145. I'm willing to bet you that most people 0.53. Remember, this is a TOG. Most people are going to have numbers like this with most of their tanks. And the reason why is because they camp, they sit back, they hide, they wait until the end of the game when they're going up against weaker tanks. I don't play like that. I'm very aggressive, I'm very fast, I'm the exact opposite of a camper. I penetrate the enemy lines. That's why my tanks have high values for the enemy vehicle spotted. And that was the key for me getting higher experience, higher average experience. It all has to do with spotting. Look at this. My IS-8, I don't know what other people are getting. 814 is pretty high for average experience per battle, and I'm on a third class mastery badge. Third class is quite low. This one, AMX 5100, I don't know what other people are getting. 716 is pretty good. I'm only a second class mastery badge, and that's 40 games. Now, like I said, I don't know what you have in your account. If you look at things, let's look at my IS-6. If you look at things like damage ratio, destruction ratio, or damage caused to enemy vehicles, you see I have 955, I'm willing to bet that a lot of you have higher numbers here. You're going to have higher numbers for damage caused to enemy vehicles. You're going to have higher numbers for damage ratio. You're going to have probably higher numbers for battles survived, maybe even higher numbers for victories. You're probably going to have higher numbers for enemy vehicles destroyed, but when it comes to damage received, I usually have higher numbers than other people, which means that I take a lot of damage. My vehicles get pummeled in these games. I get higher damage received, I get higher damage caused with your assistance, I get higher enemy vehicles spotted. And that is why I get more average experience per battle. I'm sure that there's going to be somebody out there who's got amazing numbers on everything across the board. But this is my experience. If you have any questions or comments, please post below. But as you can see, that was the methodology that I used to getting higher experience. I literally planned to go out in a battle to spot people and not to kill them. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.